No, it's not easy. Transition is hard. So there's some things you might want to know about up front. It would have been nice to know about some of the stuff before it actually happened. It's not reversible. You cannot take this lightly. The more information you have, the better off you are. Just so that you're aware, if you're considering transition, maybe you've got a child that wants to transition, this is good information that you should know ahead of time. Transition is not a panacea. If you have self-esteem issues, if you have depression, if you have mental health issues, those are not necessarily going to go away once you change gender. I was very sad. I was always depressed and withdrawn. There's no magic pill. If you feel bad about yourself, if you feel bad about life beforehand, transition does not necessarily fix that. Will this make you happy? It all depends on you. There's a chance that this is not going to make you happy. Did you know that this happiness thing has actually been studied? A major institution, Johns Hopkins University, with their medical program, actually studied it. They followed transgender individuals for a period. They came to the conclusion over half were not happier afterward than before. They actually put a stop to their transgender program, actually shut down for a long time. I'm talking about like 30 years. They have recently started it back up, but they only do surgeries for patients that are 18 years and older. So just be aware. Hopefully the happiness factor is better now, but there can be a risk that it's not going to make you as happy. It's not what you thought it was going to be. It's not going to make you as happy as you thought. There's a lot of fast-paced change, excitement of going through it. It gets a lot of attention, but after you make the change, now what? Now you've got to live your life. So now let's talk about the physical and some other things. Maybe you're in a conservative religious family. If you're younger and you need that family support to get through this, that can be a big problem. And then you have the whole deep, dark secret problem. I have a deep, dark secret. I was born a male. I'm trans. You can date and have fun and get to know somebody, but when they become romantically interested, then it's like, well, when do you tell them you're trans? Do you tell them up front? Get it out in the open? Do you wait till that second or third date? You don't want to wait a whole long time because now you've built up a relationship and now you could potentially just ruin it. So you have a deep, dark secret that can mess up your dating life. If somebody does accept you, there's another problem. What if they want kids? You have another deep, dark secret that you cannot have kids. You are now sterile because of what you've done to yourself. I'm lucky as a transgender person that I do have kids because I waited till later. So if you really want kids, you might want to hold off on the transgender thing until you've had kids. I got to have kids. My kids accepted me. Another area is the voice. You can have voice issues. It takes a long time to learn to do voice control, to talk more feminine. It could take a while for a female that's transitioning to male voice to deepen. I was at the casino and the gentleman helping me spoke to me in a girl's voice. It's like, that's a little weird. Voice can be a problem for a while too until you get a handle on that. Now I'm going to talk to you about some of the physical things. Yes, there are side effects. You are not going to have periods. If you're male to female, you're not going to have periods. You're not going to be able to have a child. You are not normal, and that's number one. You cannot have a child and you have this deep, dark secret that you have to tell people. Number two, sex will not be normal. Your sexual organs, as created by the doctors, are very close to normal, but they're not perfect. I have no natural lubrication. I would have to stop and lube up a partner before having sex. It's sort of an interruption to lovemaking just from your sex life that comes from being transgender. That sex is not 100% normal. Another area is that you could have a diminished sex drive. I still have a sex drive, but I would say it's 30 or 40% of what it was. I no longer have that strong sex drive. If you have a very active partner, that might be an impediment to them. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about the physical parts of surgery. I had a surgery to reduce the size of my Adam's apple, and they actually shave off the larynx, and then your Adam's apple no longer protrudes. Man, I'll tell you what, when I woke up the next day, it felt like I got hit by a baseball bat in the neck. That was so painful. The actual SRS, your sex reassignment surgery, is quite painful as well. I had to sit on a donut for 2 months. It's one of the most painful things I've ever went through. Electrolysis, beard removal, weeks and weeks of them poking you with this high power stinging thing in your face for removing the beard. Very painful. I had a heavy beard. I had lots of pain just for electrolysis. There is pain that comes from the actual procedure. So if you're thinking of doing this, be prepared for some pain. There can also be trauma and emotional pain. After my SRS surgery, I was looking down and I noticed these lovely bandages that went from basically from my genital area almost out to my hips. The doctor had made incisions to harvest donor flesh to make the depth of the vagina deeper. Great. No one told me he was going to do that. The scars were terrible. I was so disappointed how I looked naked. Then when the guys would see me, they'd go, "What are those scars?" And I go, "Those are my racing stripes." I had to make a joke out of it, but it's basically disfiguring. Results can be disfiguring. There's some things you might be disappointed in. I'm not done. There's more. You could need multiple surgeries. Like I said, I had the Adam's apple reduction. I had the actual SRS surgery. You can get what they call a labiaplasty, which is a second surgery where they make your labia look more normal. If you're not happy with the size of your breasts through hormones, you might want to get implants. I had a very large chest. I had probably a small B cup. I did get implants to bring it up to a C. It's just so that it more naturally fit my body. It's not necessarily a one and done. You might need multiple surgeries. No, I'm not done yet. You know the masturbating that we like to do when you're daydreaming and things like that? Guess what? After your surgery, now it's a medical necessity. You're issued pleasure devices that you have to use to stretch the new neo-vagina to make it workable. This part is not fun, stretching out those vaginal walls after you've had surgery, and then you go to this size, and then the next size, and the next size. As you're stretching out your new equipment, there's some pain there, and it's just plain not fun. If you don't keep using them, your vagina could actually close up, or you could lose some depth. There can be failed surgeries. You can end up going through all of this and not have a functioning vagina. There are actually medical side effects that have to do with the medication. Your blood pressure will likely go up when you go on hormones. It could subject you to clotting. There's other side effects. You have to read the medical literature. There's a list. As with any medication, you could have side effects from medication. So here's another really embarrassing thing. At least it was really embarrassing for me. There's an awkward in-between gender stage. What do I mean by that? Well, it's pretty obvious. You start hormones. It knocks off that male edge to your physical appearance. You start dressing as a female. You start wearing makeup and living as a female. But you've still got the male part down there. You're running around as a female going, "I still have a male part." And so, to me, I found that quite embarrassing. I thought, well, I hope nobody sees me like this. I'm like the chick with something extra, or I'm the man with boobs. It's like, to me, that was really awkward and embarrassing. I could not wait to have the actual surgery just to get out of that awkward in-between stage. If you don't have money, you could be stuck in that stage for a long time. If your insurance doesn't cover it, you could be stuck in that stage for a long time. I did not like that stage one little bit. Changing gender is hard. You don't know what you're going to get when you're done. There's a bell curve. People at this end of the bell curve might be really happy with it. People at this end of the bell curve, they want to detransition. It was not what they thought it would be. Are you somewhere in between? Are you going to be happy with your transition? Are you going to be unhappy like the Johns Hopkins Institute showed? Please be very careful. Know that you want to transition before you do it. This is irreversible. You cannot get a penis or a vagina back once it's been removed. Fair warning, this stuff is not easy. It's hard. It's painful. There's no magic pill. There's nothing that says, poof, I'm a girl. No, you have to work through it. It can take many months, many years. It's not easy. And now, if you can't accept, then don't do it. There's things to know about beforehand. I don't know if anybody's going to tell you, so I thought I would. It's irreversible. Don't take it lightly. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.